So you join us back here at the job. Ignore the little Jimmy down there. I'll tell you all about him at the end of the video. So the main crux of this video is going to be getting our shower tray in on a cement floor. But before we do that, we've actually got to finish off the walls. We've got to get the floor leveled out. There's loads of work to do. So let's get on and do it. Oh, I've got too much stuff in here. It's kind of why I'm putting this piece in now, because once I've done that, I can get rid of some of those rolls of fiberglass in the background, which are really annoying me. Right, so before I do any plastering, what I want to do is make sure that my plaster is going to dry okay. Now, every stage that happens in a job requires other stages to happen before it. Oh, my nose is so tickly. So stage number one is I'm going to have to get all of this out here insulated, so then I can cut the door through into the heated part of the office. That heat will then come into the area where I want to do my plastering. So the first thing I'm going to do is get our wire first fixed down here for the toilet, and also over there for my infrared tap that I'm going to put in. So after someone's touched their bum, they don't have to touch the tap with their bummy hands. Oh, sweet. Right. Nice and easy like so. Then I can put my chosen hole saw into here like that. Yeah! So I'm leaving this gap here for the toilet, and so you can see how it's installed later on in these series of videos. Let's go inside the hole of doom. Right, moment of truth. I'm just going to cut straight through here and see where I come out next door. I know I'm missing stuff at the moment, but let's just do it. Right, let's see where we've come out. And who's this ringing me now? Harry. Hello, mate. What are you up to? Flipping Harry, always ringing me up. But there we go. You can see the little mark there just above the already turned off and decommissioned plug. Now all I've got to do is go through next door, get everything marked up, and look at that. I'm cutting a hole through the wall. It's like the Great Escape. Very close to the creme de menthe moment. Now that is a big moment in this job. Woo! You've got to give it to that little beast. 12 volts, still got 2 bars on the battery left. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Finally, we have got ourselves a opening, which means it's now nice and warm in here, finally. I've lined it all off. I've left a little bit of a nublet out here to take the plaster. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my hardy backer up here, because then once I've got it up there, I know exactly where I've got to do my plastering. I know that might not be the way to do it, but I'm not a plasterer and I don't really want to have to do a hit on a whole wall. Some of you plasterers who are watching this are going to be like, what are you doing, mate? Just get one in. I've done everything else. I should be able to do this. And I know you're going to say that bit's plastered already. I didn't do a very good job on it and it still needs a top coat. So I've SBR'd it, ready for a top coat when I do the rest of this. Whoever said this isn't a satisfying thing to do in your life, well, they've never done it, have they? That's for sure. Make sure it's level. I mean, that's about as good as it's ever going to get. Out by 0.1 of a degree. So some of you might be confused why we use hardy backer. If I'm doing tiling myself, I always use some sort of board. Yeah, it's good old stuff to use. That really means that there just won't be any cracking in your tiles, especially if you're gluing it like we are today as well. Right, gang, follow me up. Follow me out the office into a plastered room. I had to get my mate Kev to come and do the plastering. I tried it, honestly, I just can't do it. It's so bloody difficult. We've got all the walls up, the plaster's in. That bit at the end there hasn't been plastered because we're going to be going around that with a hardy backer. I've measured out for my tiles. The tiles are on the way. It's about 7:30 at night. Ted's gone down to bed. The floor's been SBR'd. So now I'm just going to quickly give it a first coat of latex because it's out by a good inch. So I've got a very simple method for this. You find your high point where you're going to be working off. Then you use the spirit level and loads of packers to make sure that those packers are level all the way off from your high point. I usually glue those down, and then those packers I use as a reference point for when we're pouring our latex on. You've seen me do this in other videos as well when we did it at Frank's house. It always works for me. It's my way of doing it. So there you go. Got all those down. I've somehow mixed up this whole bucket with my Bosch combi drill, which I'm not sure was what it was designed to do, but hey ho. So my low points are way over this side. I didn't actually lay this base. It was a guy called Dennis Nash. If you're watching, Dennis, we're out by an inch over a metre, mate. Little sausage. But yeah, nothing that's too hard to get over. So this is our first coat, and then I'll do another levelling up coat tomorrow, and then we'll look and get the shower in, but let's get this down now. It goes absolutely everywhere, this stuff, so just get it on now. Right, there we go, there's one section there. While you're here, just see if you can get it into these backs. Just down there, and just let it flow out. Right, it's the next morning. As you can see, everything's gone off pretty nice. So now we just got to get another layer across here because it's so out. So what I've done is got down here, literally 6 o'clock this morning. Ted woke me up. So I was in here just getting this all SBR'd. We've just got to put a small channel in there for the shower tray because that is pretty much flat along there. And really I want there to be no lip in the floor between the top of the shower tray and the top of the floor, finished floor level. All right, so just a little dribble it along this edge, just along the back here. I've just marked where I want to do it. So I'm just going to pop a little bit here, like that. Right, now down here, there's so much to make up here, so I know I'm not going to run all the way that way, but let's get it in. Right, there you go, another coat done. It'll probably take another 2 levelling up coats and then 1 finish off coat over the whole lot. The next coat I will spike, and I'll spike every coat after that. Generally just get rid of the air bubbles for decoration. These, to be fair, are actually popping quite nicely at the moment. I might have whisked it a bit too quick. Best thing to do now is just retreat out of the battlefield. Hey! Let it set, come back in 4 hours time and you'll be able to walk on this. Right, so pool number 2 is in and we're sort of slowly getting there now. Heights wise, just a little bit like that's kind of where we're out. That's our high point right up there. You wouldn't believe it's just from there to here and it's out by a good sort of 8 mil and yeah, it just drops further down around here. But what I want to do now is actually get the shower tray installed. So as you guys know, the main bit of this video is actually getting this bit installed here. We popped some latex down under here already that runs under there. You saw me do that. That's basically leveled us out quite nicely, almost there. But what we need to do on this particular shower tray before anything else is actually get the waste and the waste gully dug out, because the waste on these actually sits down, the actual forming of it sits down lower than the edge of the shower tray. So we need to get that dug out first and then we'll know exactly what our levels are. So look at it like that. We're probably going to have our waste like that somehow or other. So just draw around in here so we know where that goes, and then I'll just lift this up. And this is what I mean, this bit here sticks out so we can't get our levels right until the gully's dug, which is typical really, it's no big deal. So what I'd do now is I'll just lay that on there. I like to give myself quite a bit of room, if I'm honest with you. This to here, back to there, round there, round there, round there, like so. And then obviously we'll dig all the way back to there. Our 4-inch waste that we put in a few videos ago now is sticking down there. So we're going to be elbowing out of that hopefully. Basically we've got to get everything into that, the toilet, the basin and the shower. Now if we come down here, it's going to come out roughly behind about 20 Marley Eternit tiles that I've got down there. And these that are for some reason the heaviest slabs ever made, whilst also simultaneously being the ugliest. But the bit I want you to take away from this is the fact that we've got brick wall all the way down here, okay? And that is what we're going to be, we'll probably be coming out about this sort of level, and then we'll be able to tie that into our 4-inch as it runs down here and goes in. Obviously, we're going to get all this out of the way. I'll probably be doing that on Sunday morning with a bit of a head. I don't get the other type of head anymore, just a headache. Now, you may have seen me in other videos. I usually, if I'm doing dusty work in someone's house, I'll put a fan on the window so it's blowing out of the room that I'm working in, and that stops any of the dust going through their whole house. It almost creates like a negative kind of vacuum. I can do that here because I'm in my shed and I do loads of welding in here, just by turning that on, shutting the garage door behind me, and then we've got a nice pull of air through here. Oh yeah, hello baby, absolute chunk of beast. You baby. yes, there is something strangely satisfying watching this come out in speedy up motion, especially when I was the one who had to do this in real time. And believe me, it was a vibrazione. Right, so as you can see, we've reached down to the BPM actually, gone straight through, but that is perfect. We have got a lot of nice depth here now. We're a good sort of, you've got a nice sort of bit of float to make sure it's all going to be okay. So we've got our channel that we're going to go through, and that's the external wall just down there. And then I've got a pilot for my core bit, so we can just core bit a hole through and get our 1.5 inches out. Right, so there we go, looking good. I've got to just drill my core bit hole out of there, but before I do all that, I'm just going to get the rest of this wall up and in when it comes to the hardy backer stuff. So I'm just going to get it round here and round here. I might have enough to go up there and do that lot as well, but I got a feeling there isn't enough to go around, and my supplier, it's a Saturday morning, and my supplier's is shut doing a stock take, and I can't be bothered to drive miles to another place just to get it done, especially while my little one's having a nap. It's like, right, let's do some work. So yeah, we'll have to see how we get on. Right, there we go. Oh, look at that. So I haven't put this side in yet because the shower tray's got a slot under there a little bit, but I've got everything in. There's a tiny gap at the top there, a little gap down there, but nothing to worry about too much. This will all get SBR'd soon, but now I've now got my core bit on my beast Bosch hammer. Right, let's go outside and actually see what this is. Ah, lovely, there we are. Perfect. Right, let's draw that out. Lovely. Right, so push that in. Then, let's get this popped on. So always just make sure that's nice and up there, and that's all the way on there like that. Obviously, you've got a little red slip collar under there as well. Standard compression fittings, darling. Darling. Right, there we go, and that will now bend to our will. Ah, perfect. So, just giving this all a hoover under here. Now just going to do a test site. Once we know that this goes down okay, and I've got this actually level already, but I'm just going to run my bubble on here again. So, once we're in, and we're like, yeah, this is where we're putting it. This is actually pretty flat. I've done well with my self-leveler already. This is a bit weird, really. I've not ever had to do one of these, or I've actually had to weigh the tray down, but I think that's going to be what I have to do on this one. So let's just get my bubble on here and we'll have a look. So that's pushed down there, so that wants to be up there a little bit. I don't know if this tray's got any protection on it. It's like, it's a mottled kind of top. Probably be a nightmare to keep clean, but I wanted something that wouldn't be slippery. Right, now a little bit of SBR. Oh, mate. Hello. Right, so that's been SBR'd. I've SBR'd up to there on this because just because I have, because I'm an idiot. So I've tested all this to go in. So it is now time to get ourselves some X-Pro stick sealed down. This stuff's amazing at doing shower trays, especially this sort of shower tray where you've got loads and loads of points of pressure on there. This is going to work so bloody well. Honestly, I love this stuff. We get it all sprayed on, okay? Then I get the shower tray in here. Then we lay the shower tray down. I've just got a few packets at the back there just to make sure that that's nice and level. We lay the shower tray down then, and because this is a plastic shower tray, I'm going to add some weight to it as well while it sets. I'm really happy with how this is going, guys, got to say. This on now as well. Wicked. Right, so it's Sunday morning. I've just had a call out to go to a mate's house. They've got no heating on one side of the house. I'm assuming it's a 2-port valve. But before I do that and go and see them, my mate from school, I've known since I was 11, and I've known his parents since I was 11 years old. It's his parents' heating system, so they live at the other end of the village, so I want to go and see them after this. Hopefully get a cup of coffee, which would be nice. Dave, if you're watching. Nice and careful. So why am I here in the corner talking away? Well, find out by changing the language that you're watching this video into Klingon. Then you'll have access fully to the narration track. Change that right now, go back to the start of the video, and you'll have a full narration track of all the little things. You can hear editing decisions, why I didn't do the plastering, what's been going on in the background when it came to other stuff happening while we were doing this video, and loads more little tidbits. If you don't want to do that, then watch the next video in this series, which is all about installing the Vitra toilet frame for this job.